In my more than 2 decades of helping owners exit their companies, I've seen 2 types of sellers. I've seen those that get the check that they deserve and those that realise that they're not set up or positioned to sell their businesses yet. We're in a silver tsunami, a behemoth of baby boomer businesses that have come to market or are coming to market. And the difference between a failed deal and a successful deal is the way that you position your business to a potential buyer. And that includes systems, processes, and various other things which I'll go into in this podcast. Welcome to episode 2. I will be discussing what are baby boomer businesses, first steps on where you should go to get your business to market, practical steps that you must take to position your business, fourthly, the most compelling thing that you can do. So welcome, I'm Jamie Spence, and I'm excited to continue my process. Once again, I'm not a professional podcaster, and anything that I say in the podcast is not advice as to invest, or I'm not giving professional advice as to do that. It's all my experience over travelling and working and living in Asia Pacific and deal making. Number 1, what is a baby boomer business? A baby boomer business is a business, often unglamorous, that is owned by somebody between age 62 and 80. I'm in that age bracket, so I'm familiar with it. But it's 62 to 80. To give you some context around these businesses, in 2025, there are more than 10 million baby boomer businesses for sale across the globe. And in Australia alone, there were 420,000 presented for sale. In Australia, 40% of SME businesses, small and medium-sized enterprise businesses, are owned by baby boomers. They are things like logistics companies, manufacturing companies, hospitality, cafes, restaurants, trades and construction, businesses that people have owned for years. They're often owner-operated, and there's skill trade gaps. Retail, high-volume local stores, franchises shifting to online platforms. Health and wellness, which is probably a bit more glamorous, but is dealing with an aging population and a lot more innovation and automation. And professional services, accounting and legal firms, where there's a lot of cash flow. All these businesses have cash flow, and all these businesses have owners that started them and are proud of them and proud of their legacies. They are businesses where the person wakes up every day and says, okay, what am I worried about? All CEOs and all business owners that I've met and interviewed over my career of more than 35 years, all lie awake worrying about, where is my revenue coming from? What are my competitors doing? What are they doing well and what are they not doing well? Is my team happy? Have I got the right team in place? Is automation entering into disintermediating me, or is it going to assist me? They all think the same things. They all lie awake. Then they get to a point where they go, okay, I need to transition or move this business on. And there's 3 things that promote that in their head, and it's human. It's across all of us. I'm getting older. I want to retire and do the things that I've always dreamt about doing, I want to do. My kids don't want the business. They're proud of what I've achieved or my wife and I have achieved, but they just don't want the business. They want something more glamorous. And the third thing could be that automation is disintermediating them. It's any one of those 3, but they get to that point and they go, okay, what do I do now? The first thing that you need to do is decide on your methodology. So SME-related businesses can be anywhere from a $1 million business to a $100 million business. There's 3 things you can do. You can go to a business broker, you can get an advisor, or you can potentially IPO the business. In future podcasts, we'll go into more detail on all of them, but initially, these are the things that can happen. If it's a smaller SME-related business, there are a couple of things you could do. You could go to a business broker, and these are all personal preference. A business broker will talk to you. They will take a photo of your business. They will write content and detail underneath, put up the price on their website, and they'll charge you a fee. It's an option. It's not my favourite option because it's what I call a public display of affection. And everyone's different, but a public display of affection means that everybody can see what you're doing and your business, and that it's okay if it's easily transitionable, but you've got clients at stake. The second one is to hire a trusted advisor, and a trusted advisor that can help you work through the process of selling your business. What does that mean? It means that you identify and interview some people that are in this consulting advisory space, and then you do due diligence on them. Ask them, what have they done? What have they closed? What types of industries have they worked in? Ask them to give you their CV of what they've achieved, because anybody can tell you, I can help you. I know everybody. I've done this. Ask them to show you, what have you done? What is your network like? Where does it extend and across what industries? A lot will drop off the table very quickly. And just talk to them. You'll build chemistry. You'll start to feel whether you have trust with them or not, or whether you can work with them going forward. But they will, if they're smart, they'll give you practical advice as to some things that you can think about, and you'll just do the process. Look, they'll charge you a fee. They'll charge you an upfront fee, a retainer, and a back-end success payment. You don't want the retainer to go ongoing every month infinitum, because then the advisor's got no incentive to help you sell your business. The best result is at the end, when you sell your business and get your check and the advisor gets paid their money. The other thing that you need in this process is when people tell you, your business is worth 10x. It's fantastic. You've got a great business. It's worth 8 or 10x. It's just not. Maybe in the tech era, which is even coming back now, they were hundreds of multiples and they've come back. But in baby boomer, mostly unglamorous businesses, if you go to bed at night thinking that your business is worth 8 or 10x, someone has just fed you stuff that it's very hard to work back from. I once discussed with an owner of a really good business. It was in the cafe and restaurant business, and they said, I've been told that my business is worth 10x. And I said, can you help me? And I said, I can't. So I had to exit it probably. It's hard to work back from 10x. Businesses that are in the sector that we're discussing, baby boomers, it's 2, 3, maybe it's up to 4.5, but they're incremental businesses. They're not mega windfalls by just buying the business and tomorrow it goes to 6 or 7 or 8x. That's your hope and your dream, and that's what you want to do. The third thing is IPO. To do an IPO, you really need to have a business that's unique, branded, stands out, and you need to go to somebody that's got success, a group that has taken successful IPOs to market. You can go through front door listings, back door listings, reverse takeovers, all sorts of things. But there's a lot of costs associated with going to an IPO and ongoing regulatory and compliance. And some of your businesses, as they get higher, will go into that. It's possible. But there's 3: business brokers, advisors, and IPOs. All very different, all of them, and different sort of price points and sectors. What are some practical steps that you need to do to start this process? First thing I would say is get an NDA or confidentiality agreement signed, prepared, which you would then sign with any potential acquirer. They don't hold much weight these days, but they show intent by both parties when you execute them. There's never a phone book of people that are interested in your business. So when an advisor talks to you and you're discussing it, this comes out very quickly. You know the universe of people around your business. You've looked at them, they've looked at you, you know who the competitors are. They certainly know. You think, I wonder if one of them might buy me. Maybe, But they've probably looked at you and thought about it already. And if you haven't got the call, that's unlikely. It's possible on a discrete basis. But the universe for somebody that's going to buy you is on max 2 hands, maybe 5 fingers. It's where a synergy to be brought into an existing portfolio, or a high net worth individual that wants to take on something and transition it. It's that sort of thing. It's not a phone book, which people will often tell you that it is to try to win your business. Don't do that. It's very dangerous. Set up a data room. A lot of people don't know what a data room is, but a data room's the most valuable thing that you can do when selling your business. It allows you to upload documents on a password protected basis and let who you want access them when you want. You upload your financial statements, your HR records, your supplier statements, your legal documents, your client demographics. Do not name your clients do not name your most important clients until the last couple of days of the transaction. This is a mistake that people make a lot. If you start giving away client names because you feel you're in something good, people can take your business and walk away with it without buying your business. The handover of integral client names is in the last couple of days when the sale and purchase agreement is about to be sold. Until then, you can highlight, magnify, the clients you have and the demographics around them. But the data room allows you to put all this in. You can continue with your business, because often in a sale and acquisition of an SME business, people take their eye off the ball because they're so engrossed in the process that the revenues start falling, clients start leaving, and the numbers don't stack up. A data room allows a potential acquirer to go in there and look at your records, do their own due diligence. There are different forms of the way that companies look at that acquirers look at valuation. Some use a revenue-based model, some use an EBITDA model, and some use an asset-based model. A lot of SMEs don't have assets attached to them. They have revenue and they have EBITDA. But every acquirer, whether it's a family office, a private equity firm, or somebody that's taking you to a listing, all has different methodologies of how you value your business. You'll get to that point in a discussion it'll come out with an acquirer, a potential acquirer that you're talking to. But the data room allows them to go at their pace and see things they want. There will be iterations. You will be asked to upload more things. You will upload more things. The other thing that a data room does is allows you, if the transaction that you're working on at the moment falls over, the next person that you talk to, you don't have to go through the whole process again. You obviously got to have the introductory conversations, but the data room allows you to look, I've got a data room set up. If we agree to terms on a letter of intent or a term sheet, then you can go into our data room and we can work forward to that. In principle, by that stage, you've agreed. Term sheets and letters of intent are often non-binding, which is what the buyer always wants. Occasionally they'll say binding, but the buyer can still walk away because they can find something they're not comfortable with. That's all in due course. Data room, upload all your documents, sign your NDA, and then move from there. Just don't, as I said earlier, just don't give away client names. Now, the one thing I want to talk about now, because we're moving on, is something I'm adamant about, and it's worked. And it started during COVID. Get a short video done of your company. Somewhere between 50 and 75 seconds is okay. It's ideal. 90 seconds is the max. But here's the deal. We are all time poor. You are, because you're running your business. The acquirer is time poor because they've got other things to do and apply resources. And we all scroll through on our phones, on WhatsApp, wherever, on whatever platform that you're using, you're quick and you move on to the next thing, your mind's racing. A video presents everything that you want in a short period of time about your business. You've got the content, everyone's got the content. It's inexpensive. I've had it done many times in Asia for businesses. And I started doing it in COVID when you couldn't run around and talk to people. You had to do something. So I got it. And you will all know a photographer or somebody that does videos. And they're proud because they want to do it on their CV. They want to add it to their CV. So they'll do it. You've got the content. You do 60 seconds about the business. You get a transcript written along the bottom. You put nice music on it and you explain. If you want to know more about my business and the journey, please contact me and do that. You've all seen two types of videos. One where you open it on your phone and you go, wow, that's okay, that's not too bad. And you move on. You open another one and you go, wow, I need that. I've got to have that. It's compelling. That's the video that you want, because you can flick it on WhatsApp to somebody at a dinner table. You can flick it to somebody that you're talking to anytime. And if it's done properly, and photographers and video makers are proud of their work, so they won't let you fall over. You give them the content. Doesn't need to be your voiceover. It can be, but it can be a third-party voiceover. Context about the business. And honestly, this is the best thing that you can do. There's two things. Data room and do a video. We are all tired of reading 30-page investment documents. Even one-page investment flyers, they're okay, but we glance on the first 2 or 3 lines. If it doesn't fit in our wheelhouse, we just delete it. The video will get the attention as you're walking across the street. You look at it and you go, wow, that's cool, I want to know more. You can then send the one-pager, and then you send the deck after somebody's genuinely interested. The most important thing is that whether it's your business broker online or your advisor or the group that's taking you to IPO, you need to understand who is your target audience. Not everyone's interested in your business. So you don't have the time to go and have 100 people put in front of you. You can only be put in front of a few that have got synergies and that they can add to their existing businesses. But the video works, trust me. I've spoken enough. Again, it's not a professional podcast, but I look forward to episode 3. And thank you so much for listening to me. If you've got any questions, I'm on LinkedIn under Jamie Spence, and I've written about this topic I'm extremely passionate about. Thank you again.